Vegas to Japan, different hemisphere hotties from Greece to Thailand. Being on safari in the motherland. A rice in Indochina with a crew of Asian fans. I told you, keep the block cause the world is mine. Hit the currency exchange, it's Euro time. Monte Carlo Casino, spending dime. Fast cars to Autobahn, Berlin is mine. Catch me in Paris, but not in the Hilton. 5-star hotels, 6-star pimpin'. Now I'm in Brazil and I'm bicycle dipping. South American queens, big boss living. Different places, brand new faces. Got more locations than military bases. I've been caught my dreams, so ain't no more chasing. Stamp my passport, next destination.
Here we go, we taking this city. Here we go, we taking this city. Here we go, we taking this city. The next stop, the whole wide world. Here we go, we taking this city. Here we go, we taking this city. Here we go, we taking this city. The next stop, the whole wide world.
This journey up in Richmond County.
What up, man? Welcome to another episode of Shut Up and Talk. I'm LB Johnson.
What's up, fam? It's your boy Devious.
Hey, and I'm Dog Johnson.
And this is Shut Up and Talk TV. I just thought there was razor bumps. How was I supposed to know? Oh, hey, how you doing? This is Jonsay Jenkins for HCHO News at TNR. Whenever the hell we feel like it. We do have breaking news coming out of Washington, D.C. right now. Okay. What's up? Shut up. Oh, it has just been announced that one of the underlying issues, one of the number one underlying issues for the coronavirus is obesity. Yeah, y'all heard it here first. Obesity, plump, thick, fat, juicy, whatever you want to call it. Obesity is one of the underlying issues that are really hitting us. And when I say us, I mean black folks, African Americans, ninjas, whatever you want to call yourself. Obesity seems to be one of the number one issues for folks catching the Rona in our community. Back to you in the studio, LB Johnson. I got to go eat.
Oh, no! Not the fat people catching the Rona! Red alert! Warning! Warning! They coming for chunky people, y'all! We got to get the hell out of here! They talking about fat people, obesity catching the Rona. Lord! I got to go on a diet. We got to get up. We got to run, girl. Hide the snacks. They coming for us! Hello? Come on! Did you hear that shit? Put that Twinkie down. Girl, they coming for us. Chunky people catching the Rona. Yeah, we high risk, bitch. No, not the diabetes. The Rona. Oh.
All right, what it don't do, y'all know who it is. Your boy LB Johnson, man. I'm sitting down with the owner, and I always mess up his many titles. I'm going to say marketing. He's over marketing. He's over everything. We got Gina and Matt. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing wonderful.
For those that don't know, I mean, they can look at what Gina's wearing and know right away. But you guys work with the Gladiators. Gina, you're the owner. Matt, what is your official title?
Director of Public Affairs.
Now, a lot of people might say, LB, you've interviewed them now probably like 3 times. Why are you always asking what his title is? That's because Matt is what I like to call the etc. man. He does it all. He wears a lot of hats, but he definitely does a lot, and it's all for the Gladiators. We appreciate that. I wanted to sit down with you guys because with everything going on with the pandemic, I kind of want to get we know how sports overall, we know the NFL is on hold. Everything's on hold right now as far as sports go. I've seen the worst thing probably in my life, which is wrestling with no audience. I don't know why they approved that. But, so I wanted to kind of see what's going on with the Gladiators. First question out the gate is, let's talk about the season. Now, you guys were supposed to start, I believe, in, March? You guys were supposed to start your new season. So what happened there?
Well, we flew out to Frisco, right? And the boys did bus on out there. The rest of us flew out there, and we were ready to go. We were already doing walkthroughs
And Matt
for the
was
first
in
game.
or the Star Center.
You never been to Frisco?
I'm a big Cowboy fan.
Yeah, look.
I'm a big Cowboy fan. So I spent a lot of time out there, before the game. And then we were having lunch, and as soon as we got a call, and they told Gina that the game was canceled.
Wow.
And we saw on TV that, NBA was already canceling some things, NHL, everything was already happening. But we were still go time. We were still game on.
Yeah.
And then they got a call and they said, no, the stadium's not going to allow anybody to play. So that's how that canceled for us. And right after that, we had to tell the football players.
And you guys said this was March 12th, right?
We were about to walk on the field for a game 2 hours before the game.
So if my memory serves me correct, here back home in Albuquerque, actually March 13th is when the governor announced the stay-at-home order.
Now, with you guys being players, or having players, being a team, getting ready for the season opener, she announces the stay-at-home order. What does that do for the Gladiator as far as the business side of things?
It changes drastically, with staying home. The football players we have a great sponsor who houses them, which worked out to our benefit, because with them all under one roof, that was quarantining them. So, yes, it transitioned into community service at that point. We're the community team, where community champions is what our slogan is. So instantly we changed, did a little pivot, went that way. We did stay in, kept the boys in the hotels that they did stay, and we did events at that point.
They were given the opportunity, LB, when the season finally got called. So the IFL was like, okay, all the arenas closed at that point. None of us could go forward. So there was a 30-day standstill, sit and wait until, of course, that Easter weekend when everything really got
officially,
and that Friday before, the league had made a decision just to go ahead and cancel the season.
Okay.
So at that point, the guys were given like, hey, you guys can go home, let us know what you need, you guys go home to your families. 80% of them decided to stay.
Well, and that's one thing that stood out to me is, even though the season was closed, you guys have been very busy. I mean, a lot of community outreach, a lot of giving back to the community. And that's one thing that really stood out to me is I see these guys, they're passing out food daily. You guys are doing a lot with the community. And I know a lot of times, especially when it comes to sports, you hear teams talk about, we love the community and we do this and that. But you guys actually showed it. Talk to us for a little bit about exactly what you guys were doing as far as in the community.
Well, it started off, we got a phone call where it's called the Aging Long-Term Service Department. They said they needed help packing food because they had their goal was 1,000 boxes.
Okay.
And she said, we're really just going to need help for a lot of guys to pack up the boxes. Well, she said, who better than the football team? So we went over there. We knocked it out in 4 hours. We did 800 meals in 4 hours.
Wow.
And they figured it was going to take them all the way till 5 o'clock that night. And by noon, we already had 800 done.
Good job.
It ended up on TV. And, one thing ended up, people were writing Gina on Facebook, saying, hey, I need groceries. So
one thing we found out is that our retired people take care of our elders. Well, unfortunately, those were the most vulnerable population. So we had to, of course, take care of, we got people reached out to us, and also the services for the city stopped. So they didn't have a way to go get meals. So every morning I'm at Albertsons, and, the Albertsons was great about it. Judy, would give me a gift card for $50.
Oh, sweet.
We'd buy $200 worth of groceries. We pack them up. Matt would go, knock on doors. He'd become quite a And then, of course, the chamber reached out to us, once they saw that we were out there. We had the idea of, hey, let's, get the guys. We had to get the guys out of that hotel. So let's go do recess, with the Gladiators. So that turned into, a hit. And then, of course, then that's what we did, during the 30 days that, we were waiting to see what was going to happen with the league. Well, then we get shut down for that on Easter, and then we get a call the following Monday, and they're like, hey, from APS, we were using that for, for the kids.
Okay.
They were using it for curriculum.
Oh, okay.
So we cut them in half, put them back out on the field, and continued that. And then, of course, the chamber reached out to, Matthew, Shannon, and Jim did, and Eddie, and said, hey, can you guys help us deliver, food to the front line?
Oh, that's big.
So, Matt's all, sure.
So I seen all that, and mind you, I follow you guys on social media. Not literally, I don't stalk you, but on social media and things like that. So I seen it.
Appreciate it if you did. Don't with other people.
So I seen the moves you guys are making, but while you guys are doing all this, you actually had a camera crew that was following you.
Oh, yes.
Now, this was just for your normal, I guess, promotional as far as for the team?
Well, Alec and Julian, as you know, since last year, have just been phenomenal in building our brand.
Yes. And so, let's talk about, and I want to bring Julian in now. What kind of trend, what happened? To start off, you guys are filming just to promote the show and, marketing, things like that. But somewhere along the line, you guys actually got a documentary out of this, right?
You applied for a grant.
Come on in.
Oh, yes. Well, what's really great about the Gladiators is it's never short of things to do and cover. And the best part about it is, and it's true, we filmed today delivering food, and that took 5-10 minutes of on air that people see.
Can you do a birthday party in 15 minutes? Somebody's turning 100.
Well, we've gotten to where we average 2,000-3,000 people per view just to deliver food. But what we were doing from all of last year is we just kept the cameras running.
Okay.
So when they went to Dallas and that phone call, I had a camera running.
Sweet.
And then they're having discussions and meetings and I still got other stuff of passing out uniforms. So the whole point is there's a lot of pieces going on with the Gladiators that the community only gets a part of it. 6,000 people at Tingley Coliseum only get a part of it. So what we're planning on doing, especially for next year, is there's a lot of compassion and community out here, and that's the storytelling. That's what I like to do, and just marketing and promoting. But realistically, it's a bunch of characters.
Well, with the bars being closed down, as you know, Julian runs library for Mike a couple of days a week, and then Alec was working.
Makes excellent drinks, I heard.
There's one hell of a bartending competition. So, and don't forget his Follow the Rabbit. I think that's pretty incredible.
I told you I'm good for it, man. Just let me get 2 for the 20. I'm good for it. Hey, how's everybody doing today? This is Jonsay Jenkins reporting to you live from your local trap house for HCHO News at 10 or whenever the hell we feel like it. We have breaking news coming out of Washington, D.C. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's coming out right now. It has just been announced that all swingers and orgies have to stop. I don't know why we had to announce this or make this breaking news, but all swingers, you have to stop swinging. You need to go home to your husband and only not swing, but sleep with him for the time being. All orgies must cease. No more threesomes, no foursomes, no quadruplesomes, no more four, whatever. If it's not just one-on-one, don't do it. And only do it one person for the near future because of the whole coronavirus thing. You understand. Y'all get it. Again, this is Jonsay Jenkins reporting to you live from your local trap house for HCHO News at 10 or whenever the hell we feel like it. Back to you in the studio, LB.
I think that's pretty incredible. But, so with that happening, our guys were available that much more to be out to also help other business owners. So, we were out there doing shout outs, talking about, whether or not they were doing curbside, just kind of making announcements about what the businesses were doing. And, everybody reaches out on our page. Our page is, pretty active, and the guys are, incredible.
So let me ask all you guys, even though no question this pandemic has been life changing for all of us. It's been crazy. We weren't ready for it. We didn't expect it. I don't think life will ever go back to how it once was, in some way, shape or form. But for you guys, to me, being someone looking from the outside in and seeing what we were able to witness with the Gladiators through this pandemic is the kind of like the other side. Like I said, we hear about, always hear about professional teams helping the community. If it's NBA, you got the NBA Cares, NFL, they have all these things where you hear about what they're doing. But for you guys, we literally got to see it because of this pandemic, and we kind of got a front row seat. What do you think, and I guess, Julian, this would be for you and even you, Matt, going forward, now that you guys have kind of showed the other side of the team, how do you guys plan to kind of include that in the games and in the team?
Well, it's turned into, I like to say when you're at a game, right? You hear Tingley, we've all been to Tingley. Mm-hmm. It's loud, it roars, and they're cheering for the football players. And they're giving everything they got for the game. Well, it was our turn to give back at that point. Football is our platform. It was our turn to give back and give to the community. Now with us doing other things, bringing, let's say, the tailgate party, for instance. The tailgate party everybody used to know as the Lobo. Party. It has really transitioned a lot into the Gladiators tailgate party as well.
And we will be doing a very large tailgate party and a flag football tournament along with cornhole in July at Balloon Fiesta Park.
Oh, I'll be there. Please believe.
We may have a Gladiator jersey.
Look.
Play on the Gladiator team that day.
Let's go.
Run some routes with us.
If people want to get more involved, if they want to, let's say whether they need help or maybe they just want to help you guys help others, how can they do that?
Facebook. Most definitely Facebook's the easiest way.
And our website.
Yeah. DukeCityGladiators.com. Yeah, you can actually request, let's say you wanted an appearance, right? For instance, a parade. We do a lot of parades. You can jump in, say I want a request for the players to be there, and it just types on it and comes straight to us.
Oh, sweet.
So that's set up automatically. You can jump onto Facebook, Instagram, and it comes to us personally as well.
And also, too, Julian and Alec have really developed their business during this time, too. So if there's, people out there that are trying to get the word out as to how their business is working, they can reach out to Julian and he's
Sweet.
And to answer the question you said earlier, also, is what this unfortunately and fortunately what this has done is a lot of teams have gone home. So in the NBA, you haven't heard a peep from those guys.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're not doing anything, but what we're trying to utilize here and really trying to do is grow the brand of the Gladiators.
Yeah.
And what better way than what Gina loves to do the most is being out in the community. So
and we have a cool logo.
Yes.
Very cool.
So we're showcasing, and I believe it's benefited this team greatly because I see the analytic numbers on the internet that we're being out there seeing thousands of people view every day. We're winning fans over.
Definitely.
Being ready for the next season. Or whenever we get to be out in that stadium, we were averaging 6,000, whatever it was last time we were playing.
Yeah.
It's going to be far greater because we've built relationships, literally door to door, 6 feet away from the door, relationships with this entire city through this time. Because, for example, like the news media, it's beneficial for them to end their story. It's all negative, all sadness for the most part. But if they can close a story with us delivering food or doing a 100-year-old's birthday party or whatever event we were doing, they're reaching out for
one of the things that I really enjoyed the most is we went out to Lily's Garden.
Oh, sweet.
That was the little girl who was that we lost to road rage. And, when I saw detectives there and us there and Dominique Johnson, and it was a small garden. There was some big guys in that garden. But it was just, it's interesting to see in Albuquerque, especially like you talked about, LB. You could live in California, you could be in California.
Yeah.
In Albuquerque and in New Mexico, I mean, it's how we help one another if you just ask.
Definitely.
And so we've been able to teach that to our young men that we have here. The ability to reach out, and make somebody smile.
Well, and I have to say, no question that when it comes to the Gladiators as a team, all the men that work for the Gladiators, that play for the Gladiators, literally very respectful, love, the community, even though a lot of them, they're not from this community, but love what this community has done for them and with them, so they give back 100%. I got to give you guys big props. Thank you guys, Matt, Gina, Julian, for sitting down with me for a moment and chopping it up. Again, tell me that website if they want more information or if they want to help you help others.
DukeCityGladiators.com. Real easy, simple there. Also Facebook, also Instagram. Great way to get a hold of us.
And all the people that that sponsored us as well as bought tickets, you would be surprised how very few people ask for their money back. And I don't think it was because they're like, oh, the season's canceled.
Yeah.
They need to feed their family. Like
That's
that $300
big.
or $400 is going to help. But we're gonna honor those tickets and then some. We're gonna upgrade their seating. So.
That's big. Look, save me a box.
And thank you guys, LB, you guys very much for always covering us and supporting us, and we hope we're growing with you guys.
Definitely, man. You already know.
We hope to have you guys outside of the tailgate.
So, Julian, our last question before we get out of here. Yeah. Is it true that at the 100-year-old birthday you're stripping?
For my birthday?
No, the 100-year-old lady.
Oh, for a lady. Well, that is my Facebook is Julianitis.
We're in competition to apply for the same job. So.
I'll host that party too.
Thank you guys. Take care.
What's coming up next?
Oh yeah, real quick, last thing. What's next for the Gladiators? What's going on?
So we're getting ready to do a last dance, so to speak.
Oh, sweet.
So we've got all of the footage from 18 going into 19, 2 championships, 4 playoff games. So we're going to sit down, hopefully, and be able to, because, our buddy over at ProView is, setting up some cool stuff. So we're going to be able to break that up. We're meeting with a couple of TV stations to be able to put some of the coaches on, our guys' footage on that, and be able to teach people about the indoor game and about some of the superstars within that indoor game that actually play for the Duke City Gladiators.
That's huge. And let us know when that trailer's done. We'll definitely be airing it. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys.
There you go. You're good. There you go. Out here got the meat truck, produce truck. You know what else? Go chain line. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Out here giving out food, produce, box of chicken, box of produce, good stuff. Smith's quality, grocery store quality, just ain't no garbage. The line go all the way down, man. Shout out to Channel 7 for coming in, supporting us. You so ugly. Dog, you can just pull in. Y'all see Dog trying to get a box, he's supposed to be working. He busy trying to get a box. Y'all see it, I got it on tape too. The line go all the way down the street, y'all. Look at God. I say take a village. That's what we talk about right here. How many? The line don't stop.
For Shut Up and Talk TV, reporting live from Arizona. It is mass chaos out here as the coronavirus has broken out. People are going crazy, not knowing whether if they should stay inside and be quarantined or go out and about. I think the biggest question here is to quarantine or not to quarantine. Back to you.
Hi, this is Rental Johnson of Shut Up and Talk TV, live in Sacramento, here to report on the coronavirus. There is mass hysteria out here right now. People don't know whether to be out and about or stay quarantined. Please stay quarantined. We need to work together to get out of this whole situation, and the best way to do that is for everybody to stay safe at home. We don't need to be out freaking out and fighting people over toilet paper. That don't make no sense. I don't know why y'all being crazy out here like this. This is Lorenzo Johnson, Shut Up and Talk.
Just gotta get some things off my chest. Tough times, I hope y'all holding up. We gon' be alright, cause we always is. But I'm feeling like this.
How many mothers have to cry? How many brothers gotta die? How many more times? How many more times? How many more marches? How many more signs? How many more lives? How many more times? Take a look around, can you see it now? Don't be colorblind, cause when they're killing mine, they'll try to justify it. Oh, each and every time, playing in the park, taking you a jog, sitting on the couch, in your own house. Never seem to matter what we do. You think we don't matter, but we do. You got a problem cause the city on fire, but you're quiet when niggas die. Let the soul about that body that we buried. You with God now, you no longer have to worry. It's so hard to sing these words out loud. All these beautiful, precious black lives lost in the name of senseless white pride. Tears falling from us. How many mothers have to cry? How many brothers gotta die? How many more times? How many more times? How many more marches? How many more signs? How many more lives? How many more times? Tell me, how can you be quiet? You know the language of the unheard is a riot. All we ever see from you is violence. You know you ain't no better if you silent. You talking about the city on fire, where your rage when my people die. We ain't slaves, let my people fly. Now it's time, watch my people rise. How many mothers have to cry? How many brothers gotta die? How many more times? How many more times? How many more marches? How many more signs? How many more lives? How many more times? How many mothers have to cry? Tell me. How many brothers gotta die? Tell me. How many more times?